So why did you choose to get up this morning? Why did you choose to come to this event? Why did you choose to wear what you're wearing? The common denominator between these questions are you and the choices that were made by you. A monk in India explains this beautifully. He said that life is a journey from B to D, and in between comes C. So what is this C? By this, he meant that life is a journey from birth to death. And everything else in between is the result of our C, our choices. We're continuously making choices, individually or as a collective. As a nation, we chose Brexit, and the USA chose Trump. So allow me to tell you about an individual who made choices. He made the choice to go to university. He chose to sing. He chose to become a pilot and also even getting a PhD. But guess what? You'll know him most famously as a rock star. And his name is Bruce Dickinson. So why am I talking about a rock star and why am I talking about choices? Like what's going on here? So I had an idea about 4 years ago. You know when you have that aha moment? I had mine. I was only 17 at the time. And I think it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. Changed my life, and I hope it changes yours. So I came up with an idea and I called it rock. Now do you see rock and choices? So I called it rock. So how did I come across rock? So I was going through a phase or a moment in my life where I had to choose between life and death. So I was either going to give my life away and yeah, that's it, suicide, game over. Or actually choose to live and be here, be present with you guys, give this talk and share my idea. So what is rock? Rock is essentially ROC, return on choice. So I thought to myself, and I thought, what the hell? What the hell is my future going to be? Quite literally, I thought to myself, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what was happening. And then I came up with rock, my return on choice. What was it going to be? And I chose to live. And I chose to be here with you. So from rock, I learnt not to develop, but to learn. And to learn from my experiences. But most importantly, what was rock for me? Rock taught me what was pushing me towards something, what was pulling me away. And I know sometimes it can be really difficult to think about the choices. Oh, is this choice the best for me, or shall I do this instead? So I came up with a formula instead. I thought, okay, cool. So this is when I discovered rock, the rock Dwayne Johnson, and you have the rock, and then there's me. Brilliant, And the common denominator is rock. So what was the formula to my discovery? So just think about it. You have a conscious choice plus awareness of the consequence. So you're making a choice. I take a choice to move forward. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to move forward. Take a step back. I know I'm going to move back. I've anticipated that. So if you have if you're aware and you're making that choice and you're aware of the consequence, the outcome can be controlled because you know you can anticipate what's going to happen. Therefore, you have an increased probability of a wanted outcome. So you are, in a way, in control of what's going to happen. And that's how I gained control of my life. I started to do community projects. I joined the cadets. I made use of my resources, my friends, my family, my school. Because I knew that dying was not the answer. And I had to step up and I had to take control. Because at that young age, I felt I had no control over my life. As if everything was already predestined. But no, it wasn't. So we have Coke versus water. So just imagine you're thirsty and you get up, you walk to the fridge. So I have an American fridge at home. So I either put the glass at the tap, at the fridge and get some cold water, or do I open the door and think, shall I get a can of Coke? But just simply thinking about the choice and the return on the choice you'll get. So if you drink water, maybe yes, it's healthier for me. If I have Coke, maybe you might need Coke. But you must think on your return on choice. Your rock. Why are you doing something? And that's why rock is so amazing. Why? Because it's applicable everywhere and anywhere. So this is a very small example. For me, it was to do with anger. I used to be very short-tempered. I used to get angry very quickly. And always looking away to, be angry. And, that wasn't the right thing to do. So I thought to myself, why am I being angry? Why am I doing this? Evaluating my return on choice. Trying to control the outcome. Trying to, anticipate. That's not what I want. I want people to like me. I don't want to be an angry or a rude person. So I thought to myself, how can I change this? And I evaluated my choices, my rock, my return on choice. And this happens quite often. For example, if you're waiting at a train station for a train and the trains are delayed, we usually get quite frustrated, if I'm not wrong. Man, the trains are delayed, I'm going to be late, or this is going to happen, that's going to happen. But have we ever taken a step back and thought, okay, the trains are delayed. That's not in my control. But accept what's happened, so you control the controllable. I'm sure if the train times were in your control, you'd make sure they were never delayed. But you accept the situation. You control the controllable, and you accept what's happened. Okay, the trains are delayed, that's fine, but that's not in my control. However, how you react and respond to the situation is definitely in your control. And that's how I learned what rock did for me. Rock is simple, but yet an important idea. You may ask, why is it so important? Why? Because it gets you thinking why you're doing something. If you walk away out of this room today, I want you to think, that why are you doing something? You choose to eat something. Why? Is it good for me? Is it bad for me? You evaluate your choices, your return on choice, which has a very long-term impact. So this is a graph just representing your increased probability of a wanted outcome. So the more rock you apply to your choices, you will see that your return on choice, your probability of an increased outcome is higher and higher and higher and higher for every choice. So for it could be to what subject you're choosing. Like I said, what was pushing me towards something, what was pulling me away. So I thought my return on choice, and it's applicable on any decision. For example, if you're buying a car, is this car good for me or is that car good for me? No, you can't just go out and just buy a Ferrari. So you think your return on choice. But finally, the pencil, I have a pencil in my hand. What does this mean? So imagine you snap the pencil. You just snap it. This pencil could be a bad decision you made, but that doesn't mean it all ends there. You sharpen. You can sharpen this side. You can sharpen the other side. You learn from your experiences. You get out there and you use, you develop, and you don't dwell. So that's what rock essentially teaches you. So the pencil could also be you. You could be broken. People could have stamped all over you. But you learn, you sharpen your edges, you get back out there. So that's what simply rock is. It teaches you how to control the outcome to the best of your ability. Not only that, to think about why you're doing something and the return on your choice. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your time.